Good morning, everyone. And let me introduce myself. My name is Amalia, and here I will explain about the narrative text, the legend of Tangkuban Perahu, and relationship with Sundanese culture. So, everyone, what do you think about text? What do you think about the picture? Yes, everyone is right. The picture is about the woman, the dog, and a boy, and the diamond and the boot. But everyone, why story does this picture tell? The picture is a story from Sudanese folklore, original from the West Java, especially in Badung City area. So everyone is curious about the video it. Let's watch it.
Long time ago, in the kingdom of Parahyangan, lived a beautiful girl named Dayang Sumbi. She was smart and liked weaving. Her beauty and ability made a prince from the heavenly kingdom of Kahyangan desire her as his wife. The prince asked permission to his father to marry Dayang Sumbi. People from Kahyangan could never live side by side with humans. But his father approved on the one condition. When they had a child, the prince will transform into a dog. The prince accepted the condition. They get married and lived happily in the woods. Until Dayang Sumbi gave birth to a baby boy, the prince then changed into a dog named Puma. Their son named Sangkuria. He was very smart and hands for fruits to eat. One day, when he was hunting, Sangkuria accidentally killed Puma. His arrow missed the animal he was targeting and hit Puma instead. He went home and told his mother about the dog. What? Dayang Sumbi was appalled. Driven by sadness and anger, she grabbed a weaving tool and hit Sangkuria's head with it. Dayang Sumbi was so sad. She didn't pay any attention to Sangkuriang and started to cry. Sangkuriang felt sad and also confused. How can his mother love a dog more than him? Sangkuriang then decided to go away from their home and went on a journey. In the morning, Dayang Sumbi finally stopped crying. He started to feel better. So she went to find Sangkuriang, but her son was nowhere to be found. Exhausted, she fell asleep, and in her dream, she meets her husband. Dayang Sumbi, don't be sad. Go look for a body in the woods, and get the heart. Soak it with water, and use the water to bathe, and you will look young forever, said the prince in her dream. After she took a bath with the water used to soak the dog's heart, Dayang Sumbi looked more beautiful and even younger. And time passed by. Sangkuriang on his journey stopped at a village and met and fell in love with a beautiful girl. He didn't realize that the village was his homeland, and the beautiful girl was his own mother. Dayang Sumbi. Their love grew on. He asked Dayang Sumbi to fix the turban on his head. Dayang Sumbi was startled when she saw a scar on his head at the same place where she years ago hit Sangkuriang on the head. After the young man left, Dayang Sumbi prayed for guidance. After praying, she became convinced that the young man was indeed her missing son. She realized that she had to do something to prevent Sangkuriang from marrying her. But she did not wish to disappoint him by canceling the wedding. So, although she agreed to marry Sangkuriang, she would do so only on the condition that he provides her with a leg and build a beautiful boat all in one night. Sangkuriang, he had spent his youth studying magical arts. After the sun went down, Sang Kuryang went to the hill. Then he called a group of genie to build a dam around Citarum River. Then he commands the genies to cut down trees and build a booth. A few moments before dawn, Sang Kuryang and his genie servants almost finished the booth. Dayang Sumbi, who had been spying on him, realized that Sang Kuryang would fulfill the condition she had set. Dayang Sumbi immediately woke all the women in the village and asked them to wave a long red scarf. All the women in the village were waving a red scarf, making it look as if dawn was breaking. Decided by false dawn, the cock crowed and farmers rose for the new day. Some Putri servants immediately dropped their work and ran for cover from the sun which they feared. Sang Kuryang grew furious. With all his anger, he kicked the unfinished boot. The boot fell and landed on a valley. The boot then became a mountain called Mount Tangkuban Perahu. Tangkuban means upturning or upside down, and Perahu means boot. With his power, he destroyed the dam. The water drained from the lake, becoming a white line, and nowadays become a city called Bandung, from the word Bandung, which means dam.
So everyone, does anyone know about the content of the video? Yes, the video is the tale about the woman named Dayang Sumbi who had the child with a dog named Tumang, who turned out to be incarnation of the good. Dayang Sumbi and Tumang's child grew up and was named Sangkuriang. Wherever Sangkuriang went, he was always accompanied by Tumang. One day Sangkuriang and Tumang went hunting, and Sangkuriang accidentally killed the Tumang, and his father died. And Dayang Sumbi was furious when he found out that Tumang had died and threw the Sangkuriang away. After decades, Sangkuriang grew up into a young man and returned to his hometown without realizing that he fell in love with his own mother, Dayang Sumbi. After they promised to marry each other, Dayang Sumbi knew that the young man was Sangkuriang. Because he had conditioned that Sangkuriang had to make food for him in one night, but Sangkuriang couldn't get enough of it because it was already morning. Sangkuriang was annoyed and kicked the pot and causing it to capsize. So everyone, does anyone know what the type of the text story is? Is it narrative, descriptions, or production? Yes, the text is the narrative text. Narrative text is contained about the imaginative and the real event which can entertain the reader. Structure of the narrative text is one, orientation. In orientation is to introduce the character and place and time in the story. And two is complications. If a problem arises and they enter the core of the problem. Three is resolutions. The problem starts to find solution until it completely resolved. And four, reorientations. conclusion, and more message or more value or change in character at the end of the story. This part is optional. So, to practice this narrative text, I have little games here. In this game, you just need to choose whatever the sentence is part of the structure. So instead of being curious, let's just take a look. Okay, for number one is the part of orientations. And for the number two is part of complication. And for number three is part of resolution. For number four is complication. And number five is part of complication. And number six is part of relation. And number seven is part of orientation. And for number eight is part relation. And for the last number 9 is part of orientation. Sorry. For number 9 is the part of complications. The value and moral and custom of the story and their relationship with the Sunnis culture. That one is respect parents and the others. In Sangkuriang, who did not respect his mother Dayang Sumbi and his father Tumang, had consequence with Isunes culture is very important. And two is wisdom and ignately. Dayang Sumbi used her ignately to avoid marriage with Sangkuriang and reflection that important of the wisdom in Sunnis culture. And the three is consecration of anger. And Sangkuriang who act of anger without thinking and led to destroy, teaching the anger must be controlled. Sunnis culture is emphasizing the importance of the patience. War is complication with the promise. Dayang Sumbi addressed to her few to marry whoever finds her waving tools and realization that value of giving promise in Sunnis culture. 5 is respect from nature. Respect for Tumang, who is God in the forms of dog. Revelation that Sudanese people believe in the existence of spirit and the importance of maintaining a good relationship with the nature. And 6 is family value. The conflict between Sang Kuryang and Dayang Sumbi reflect that importance of family value and how that relationship can have major impact on individual life. I think time is up, and that's all for me. And for the assignment, you can write what the material have you done in your book